Hi, my name is Borys, and in this video we're going to take 3 very basic sounding clips and turn them into a stunning breakbeat loop. You will find out exactly what techniques to use to bring life to otherwise static and boring sounds. Before we get into the video, if you like what we are doing on this channel, make sure to subscribe. We've got more content about Ableton coming up. If you'd like to learn Ableton 12 with all the foundations of music production, check out our Beginner to Advanced Live 12 Start to Finish course, and make sure to check out the Everything Bundle Collector's Edition, which includes all of the courses, sound packs and project files in our store. And to see all of that, check the links in the video description. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so first of all, let's take a listen to the clips that we're going to be working on. We've got a chords clip. As you can see, a quite boring operator patch, and then we have a bass, which just follows the chords. It's Wavetable with saturator, just an EQ, and then we have drums, which are 3 sounds, a kick drum, a sort of clap snare, and we have a hat. All together. Alright, so we're going to be transforming it to something like this. Alright, so I'm just going to group this, fold it away for now, and let's take a look at all of our tracks individually. Alright, so even though we are going to be mostly working with effects, the MIDI are also going to change, but for now, I think we should just disable the filter on this operator to hear the entirety of these 3 oscillators. I'm just going to turn this down. So we've got a triangle wave, a saw wave, pitched an octave down, and then we have noise, and D we can deactivate. Alright, so maybe it's even easier to just take an auto filter and let's just cut it somewhere here. Alright, and also a very important part of this sound is the reverb. Let's add a bit of chorus. And now let's take a look at the MIDI itself, because right now we just have very simple chords. Let's first of all figure out the scale. Alright, so we are in B minor. I can fold to our scale, and let's try adding some melody notes. I will just disable glide for now. This could be a melody note on top. But if we take it a few steps up, and then also maybe we can go down, or even add a different descending melody. Let's re-enable glide. So right now we've got this. Alright, and this is a nice start. We can now proceed on to the star of the show, which is the Autopan. Now it's renamed as Autopan Tremolo. We can switch into tremolo. You can choose a different shape. We want the downward saw wave, and let's go with amount all the way up. And I'm going to be tweaking the frequency. That would be cool in itself, but we can also sync the rate with our track. And if we just do 16th notes, this is what we get. And that's cool, but what we can also do is perhaps group this with the reverb, and we can add a chain over here and sort of add a pad underneath it. So maybe let's just take an EQ. We can sort of filter out these higher notes here. We can also use a bit of chorus. I like the legacy chorus, so I'm just going to go into Packs, Core Library, Devices, Audio Effects, Legacy, and here we have the legacy chorus. We can put more reverb on top of this. And maybe also let's change the mid-side balance. We can right-click on the width knob, just go into mid-side mode, and here we have the sides, here we have the mids. We don't want too many of the sides because we have quite a wide signal on the main track. Let's try mixing it in. And without. So we are sort of getting this nice pad bed below our main tremolo sound. Now on top, let's just do EQ on the entire sound. We can accentuate the highs. Maybe like this. And also let's do sidechain compression. So we can just search for compressor, throw it after our EQ. So at the end of the chain, and we can just choose drums. And already let's play it with our drums. Now, one final thing I wanted to change is just add some more melody variation. Let's just shorten these notes and add more over here. And let's give it a final listen. And now let's take a look at the bass. We have a saw wave. Here we also have a saw wave, pitched 12 semitones up. We have two voices of unison in classic mode, but I think we need a strong sub frequency. So I'm just going to enable the sub. This is way too low. This is fine, but we're not getting it through this EQ. Now we get the nice sine wave. Let's increase the tone. Now it's going through the saturator, so it's being distorted. I think somewhere at this stage it's fine. Now let's also add in these two oscillators. My sound is also affected by this width control, which you can also switch to the mid-side mode. If you'd like to transform a stereo bass into a mono bass without introducing phasing. And maybe let's also go into the shimmer mode. Now we can also saturate the sound. And then we can also low cut it. just to reduce the weight of the sub frequencies over here. So I'm gonna delete this EQ, and let's also sidechain it to only the kick drum. So I'm going to choose the drums source on the sidechain compressor, and I'm just going to choose the precise source to be the kick over here. And maybe let's dial down the ratio a bit. And let's listen with the kick drum. And with our chords. Alright, but one thing that's missing is the tambourine layer in the background for our drums. And I'm just going to throw in 2 tambourine samples over here into these slots. So we have this one and this one. And let's just write a simple pattern like this. And I'm going to just duplicate it over the entire clip. So very simple. Now we can mix these. It's easy in session view. And we can also create a return chain over here. So if we enable return chains, we can just enable it over here. On this return chain, we can add a reverb. Just make sure that the reverb is 100% wet. And now inside our drum rack, we have a nice reverb to which we can direct both our tambourine samples. So I'm just going to add a bit of the first one and the second one. Let's solo these. Also, I'm gonna add a bit of the hat. Also, I'm just going to throw in an additional little snare over here, just to layer our snare with something underneath. And this one, let's make it much quieter. And I'm just going to take my snare and duplicate it in this position. Alright, I hope you found some of these techniques useful. Make sure to check out our Music Production Academy with lots of start to finish courses on making tracks in various genres. And if you'd like to learn Ableton 12 with all the foundations of music production, check out the Beginner to Advanced Live 12 Start to Finish course. Make sure to also check out the Everything Bundle Collector's Edition, which includes all of the courses, sound packs, and project files in our store. And to see all of that, check the links in the video description. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a like, write us a comment, and I will see you in the next videos.